Hi people, it's Sarkovist here with another vlog video, and today I would like to talk about skill versus time investment. In my experience, there are two ways games can allow you to get better at them, right? So there are some that it's all about the skill. The more you play, the better in theory you should become. An example of this would be something like StarCraft, right? So as you keep playing matches, you begin to notice things as a person. You say, maybe if I put more units on my mineral line, maybe if these combination of units work better, it's all about developing your skill as a player. And then there are other games where it's not so much like that. Diablo, for example, right? It's all about getting armor, getting abilities, earning power, and those powers are what make you better. Those are what allow you to go up to higher difficulties. So on Diablo, when you choose your difficulty, you want it to be, normal or torment, hard, expert, whatever. You can't choose those if you just consider yourself a good player at first. If you're level 1, you can't just jump into expert. You have to have the armor first. You could try, but you would either die really quickly or you would spend absolutely ages kiting monsters around. It's designed so that you have to have the armor first. I should say that you can actually do the high difficulties on a level 1 character in Diablo if you want, but trust me, you shouldn't try it because you're just hacking your enemies over and over and over again for so long to kill them that it gets so dull, and it's not really a game by that point, it's just work. Another game like that made by Blizzard as well, coincidentally, is World of Warcraft. That is completely gated behind gear, armor, levels, especially at the end. And that's something that always really annoyed me. I remember being in some dungeons and I'd only just got to the maximum level, and someone said to me, because my damage wasn't very high, they said, I can't believe you haven't learned to play your class yet, which is insulting because playing classes in World of Warcraft isn't hard. But really, it's not really fair because he had maximum level armor, not maximum level, highest grade, highest rarity, and I was using entry level, I'd just done questing armor. So there is no way, no matter how well I macroed up my keys, I could have beaten that player, and I just thought that was a little unfair because I had no control over it. But then another game I've played recently, Titanfall, is the complete opposite, I find. Even when I was first playing it, I felt like I had a chance. I was fighting some level 50s or generation 2s, 3s, 4s, but the base weapons are so good you always have a fighting chance, and it gives you the presets as well. As you level up, sure, you gain extra options, but these options don't necessarily give you an outright advantage. They just give you, more tactical avenues to explore. But you can't just eliminate the other method from RPGs because they are what give a game lasting appeal. So do you think people would play World of Warcraft or Diablo as much as they do if it was all skill based? I don't think they would, because you would get to a point, you get to say level 70, your armor doesn't dictate how good you are, it's all about your skill. People would just say, well, I'm as good as I am ever going to be, I'm done. But no, games tend to prey upon this progression system to keep you playing, to make you a better player, purely based on your time investment and not your skill. So while I've obviously expressed that I prefer it when a game is entirely skill based, I'm sure there are certain people that really love kind of gaining power on an objective level. They are unquestionably stronger than a new player. It's like noobs. No one likes to be defeated by a noob, and in some RPGs you couldn't be defeated by a noob because they just don't have the assets to defeat you. But in say, I don't know, Battlefield, Call of Duty, a noob could in theory defeat you because although he may not have as many options because he hasn't unlocked certain weapons, he still has a weapon that can do sufficient damage to you to kill you in an amount of time, that you may not be able to respond to, especially if they get you from behind. Also, just to make a quick comment about the game you're actually seeing, Trials Fusion is a pretty good example of a game that requires skill. I mean, as I say in my review, it's all about balancing out your rider, and I found that as I was playing and I was getting more used to the controls, I felt that my skill was the reason for why I was doing better. So, taking the rabbit bicycle back to the beginning wouldn't be enough to make me do better. It was just the fact that I had developed as a player, and I really appreciate that. So to conclude this video, I would like to pose a question. Are you the kind of person who prefers games that reward you for your time investment? They give you items, unlockables, abilities that make you outright stronger than someone who's just started? Or do you prefer games that rely entirely on the player's skill? Let me know. So as always people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.